my personal definition of failure is essentially getting to a point where you stop trying. So these are harsh realities that you have to face. And I think if you face them, you won't fail. But if you struggle to face these realities, you are destined to fail. It's one of the biggest risks I often see with young black entrepreneurs is the environment is so thirsty and so hungry for young black talent that they often celebrate before anything real is actually achieved. If you're in business and your biggest problem is funding, I personally don't think you're in business yet. But know why the business didn't work. If you don't know why the businesses didn't work, then you failed.
My background, accounting, economics, business economics, I told myself, okay, because I taught that, then I know business. I've realized that I should have done, I did not even know what it was called, but this is called due diligence. I realized that when I'm sitting there, it's actually not working. I was in a mall there where it opens at 8 o'clock in the morning and it closes at 5 o'clock in the evening. What time will people come in and eat? Because during the day people are at work. In the evening when they're supposed to come, then the mall is closed. Also, when you are in the business, be hands-on. We work as a team, yes, but be hands-on. You don't want surprises.
Purpose. Failing to provide direction. Trying to manage the what and how rather than the why is a mistake that I made. Put people at the center of what you're doing. Give them tools, give them skills, give them what they need. I truly believe people don't want to fail. Step out of their way, right? Give them something to work towards, not something to work on. I think the biggest problem with success and failure is we either treat them like destinations or we don't define them. Failure is not the destination, neither is success. They're both super transient. What drives you? And getting to understand yourself. Once you understand yourself and what pushes your buttons and what drives you in a certain direction, either away from a problem or towards a solution, when you find what that is, chase that, because that's going to bring you happiness every single time.
It's about people. You can have the best strategy in the world, but culture will always eat strategy up for breakfast. And I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is a non-disclosure agreement is not a partnership agreement. Don't do business with friends. unless your visions align. Everyone is out for their own self-interest. And when you know the rules of the game, you play by the rules of the game. The more people who win, the more businesses who win, the less unemployment we'll have in South Africa. We need businesses to win. Constantly ask yourself questions before you enter into a business venture, that is, especially when it's not in your core business.
The question is, if you've got an idea, and understand patents and stuff are not going to protect you, and you want to get to market fast, but how do you start talking to the people? So from an advice point of view, you can never dot everything down. You can never put everything down to legal contracts, etc. What advice would you have?
I started Dry Bath, and if one of the questions I always ask myself is, if Unilever copies me, or Johnson & Johnson copies me, they can create superior products. They've got the money to develop a very superior product. How would I feel? And I said, the capitalist Ludwig would be very hacked. Like, he'd be like, eesh, bruh, I could have made money, but now I'm not a part of this deal. But my ego, my enlightened ego is like, yo, bruh, I birthed this thing. And it's going to make, what was I doing this for? For all the kids who have to boil water at 5 a.m. It's going to reach those kids faster than if I did it. So that's really the question you need to ask yourself is, yes, I'm going to lose out on the money. If anything, I'll still start the business. I'll still be the first one to do it. I'll let the other guys copy it and kill it. But at least be well known as the person who came up with it, so that next time somebody wants to work on something similar, they'll call you up like Vera and be like, hey, we saw what you were doing. Yeah. We saw that you didn't have the resources that these guys had, but maybe you can help us with a different problem.